Hello, let's do Advent of Sudoku Day 4. This is called Quad Bike and as always is by Kinnison. If you're not familiar with Advent of Sudoku yet, definitely check the link in the description for the playlist, which starts at puzzle number 1, and where in puzzle number 1 I do explain everything in great detail. But today we are just going to do this puzzle, and we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules as usual. In addition to that, we do have what are called quads. Those are these circles that touch 4 cells. That's why they're called quads. And what they mean is there's digits listed in the circle, and those digits have to appear at least once in those 4 cells surrounding the quad. So we need a 2 and a 5 somewhere in these 4 cells. In these 4 cells, we need a 1, 2, 3, and 4, etc. So those are the rules. I'm told the weekend puzzles are actually the harder ones. It doesn't actually get harder every day, but the weekend ones are the ones that maybe you have a little bit more time, so they are the harder ones. But either way, definitely give this a try, and of course, I'm going to solve it now. So the first thing that catches my eye is that these 1, 2, 3, 4s, because you need 1, 2, 3, and 4 in 4 cells, we're going to uniquely have one of each of 1, 2, 3, 4 in these cells. We can't have any other digits in these cells. Specifically, we can't have 5 and 6. And that's true of these as well. But in these 2 columns, we need 2 5s and 2 6s. So we can actually say that these 2 need to be 5 and 6. But we do have a 5 in this quad here. We don't know where it is, but it's somewhere in this quad, which means it can't be here because it shares a box with that 5. So we get our first digit, and it's the 6 there. All right. And now I'm seeing that we have 2 5s here that look down, and this 5 looks over, leaving only here for a 5 in this box. And I'm wondering if we can do more with the 5s. So yes, in this box here, this 5 and this 5 look in, leaving just this cell for a 5. And we should be able to place the final 5. Indeed we can, it goes right here. And luckily it is indeed in this quad. All right. So the next thing we can look a bit more closely at these 1, 2, 3, 4s. And specifically I'm looking at the other quads that kind of share these boxes here, because they seem to be pretty powerful. Take this cell here. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 somewhere around here, so the only choices are 1, 2, 3, and 4 for all 4 of these cells. But this cell here cannot be 3 or 4, for the same reason this one couldn't be a 5. The 3 and 4 are over here. So that means that this can only be 1 or 2. This has the exact same thing going on with this quad. So this can only be 1 or 2. But it sees a 1 in the box, so that actually resolves these as 2 and 1. And then these get resolved because now 3 and 4 are what's left for the quad, and this 3 here sees here. So this is the 4, and this is the 3. Now we have something similar up here. We have a 1 and 2 up here, so this needs to be a 3 or 4 only. Because again, we need 1, 2, 3, 4 around this quad. Those are the only digits that can go in these cells. And this cell cannot be 1 or 2 because they go over here in this box. So this needs to be 3 or 4, but it cannot be 3, so it must be a 4. Now this cell here can't be a 2 because the 2 is over here in this quad. And it can't be a 4 because there's a 4 next to it. And it can't be a 1. So it can't be 1, can't be 2, can't be 4, so it must be 3. And then these 2 cells here need to be the 1 and 2 around the quad. So we can place those 1 and 2. So now we have 2 whole columns done. That's awesome. So I think the rest of this should be relatively straightforward. Let's just look at the restricted boxes here. We have left here, we have a 2 and a 4 left here, and the 4 is looking in, so we can just place those. Let's see, over here, yes, the 1 is looking in, this one's looking up. This quad needs a 1, the box needs a 1 as well, so that is a 1. Let's see, what else can we do? Okay, well, what else is left in this box? We need a 2, and we need a 3 and a 6. So this cell can't be 2 or 3. Oh yeah, this row's just done. I should have seen that, so that is a 6. And this row, what's left is the 2 and the 3. And I don't think we can resolve that yet, but we might as well mark it. It's only 2 digits. In this box, we need a 2, 4, and 6 left. So the 2 here looks in, the 2 can only go here. The 6 cannot go here, so this is the 4, this is the 6. This 2 is now looking up at what we just marked, so that's the 3 and the 2. Down here, this is the 3 and the 4 that's left. For the box, this 4 looks down, that's 3 and 4. Let's see, this box, we need a 1. This one looks down, so that the 1 goes there, and we need a 6. And then finally, we just finish off this box. We need a 2, which goes here. We need a 3, which goes here. We need a 4, which goes here. And we need a 6, which goes there. And we are done, nice and quick. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this puzzle. It definitely demonstrated some of the things that you want to look out for with quads. Specifically, just to go over again, we looked at this column here, and because these quads removed 5 and 6 from all of these cells, we did need 2 5s and 2 6s in these columns, so they had to go down here. Additionally, the quads in these boxes were keeping those values out of these quads, these cells and these cells for these quads, and that really restricted them quite a bit. And that resolved these 2 columns. And then from there, it was just pretty straightforward Sudoku. So maybe you saw that, maybe you approached this a different way. Let me know how you did in the comments. And of course, if you enjoyed this content, then leave a like and subscribe.